Sorry, that was random.
Unicorns don't like boys.
They would like Richard. They wouldn't like me, but like, yeah, they'd be okay with Richard.
Everything likes Richard.
He's the one, Jade.
Verna doesn't know what the purpose of Richard having these urges.
Well, puberty, right? I mean, he's supposed to be 10.
Ew, so they're supposed to be having all sorts of different talks in this. I don't even want to. Nope, I'm good.
They never said that was part of the curriculum.
The parents were like, haha, have fun with that one. Enjoy.
We're going to take a cool 3 months and talk about sex education. And Richard's like, is that really necessary? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Well, Pasha has that handled. We'll see in just a minute.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So she encourages him, though, to go pound in the woods if he needs to.
So he can, wow. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That took me an extra second. And I was going to walk away from that one, too. Apparently, the prelate has refused her visit for a second time in a row, but Verna is determined to find answers, much like she's affording to Richard. Hey, go do what you got to do. That's what we're all kind of doing here. But you brought this up before. Nobody has seen the boss still.
Right. We got a little bit more information on supposedly something that she's doing. She
has been around.
Supposedly going to the vaults and touching things. That is supposedly her fingerprint. If nobody's down there, how do they know?
Yeah, really, as far as hard proof goes, we don't have anything. We just know, like, Warren, we like him. We know Jed's dick. He may or may not have pushed Jed down a set of stairs. So, like, yeah, we like Warren.
Yeah, I think so.
So, you can kind of trust Warren, but also, we just met Warren, so we really have no idea.
I think the only people who would for sure know about the prelate are those two guards, and we don't know much about them.
No, and they haven't really said shit other than leave.
Right.
And no. I'm sure they're really nice people. I'll bet they are. But so things aren't really unfolding as they're supposed to. This is keeping Verna on edge, and she warns him to not trust all of the sisters. Ha! Sorry. Richard hilariously tells her that I don't trust any of you. What are you talking about?
It made me laugh.
Not all of them.
I listened to this chapter a couple times, and every time he was like, I don't trust any of you, Verna. I was like,
I was just waiting for it to be like, Verna, I don't even like you. Where are you getting any of this?
Didn't we just talk about this?
Sort of mutual respect, but that's it. Purely by virtue of you dragging me along, do I tolerate you?
Yeah, I mean, like, literally, that's how we got here.
But you know what I think might make that relationship work just a little bit smoother?
But
I'll bet you'll never guess. Never in a million years. Go ahead, guess.
No? Could it be of the liquid variety?
Maybe.
Could it be, like, my favorite thing to do in the middle of an episode?
I can't take it anymore. It's beer.
Beer break!
And tonight we are continuing with our 12. It's 12.
Yeah, there's 12 of them.
Be cooler if there's 24. 12 days of milkshake stouts from Rochester Mills Beer Company. Tonight we've got Imperial Coffee Milk Stout. No Christmas music. No. I'm just going to go blast some Pantera in the background to just drown all that right out. But this one, super, super coffee forward. It's like the grounds. If you mixed the grounds with the little, I don't know what that is. It's like almost white chocolate powder, and then you sprinkle it all into your coffee. You had to have had that before.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's like you were talking to me about the hot chocolate bombs. It's like that, except it's coffee.
Oh, like instant coffee?
Almost like this. Coffee-flavored coffee. Not unflavored coffee, but coffee-flavored coffee.
It's coffee flavoring.
Yes. Yes. That. But
all right,
in a
we got
milkshake,
there.
it's really, really good. maybe I love coffee, so that's enough for me. I was like, oh, it tastes like coffee? I'm good. Yeah.
In.
So I'm going to go get another one of these, and we'll be back right after this. And we're back. Man, those were some good commercials. Anyways, after Verna leaves, Richard thinks about the stone and the visions he had in the valley, starting to question the why and the how of literally everything. He knows something about all of it's weird, which is good. That means, like, he isn't going to let it go. This is his mission, and he is still on it. This is the first time we see Richard think big picture in this book.
Yeah, he's finally starting to put pieces together outside of, I'm in a fucking collar.
Right. And it's like you have at least 3 major situations happening and 2 minor situations happening, and none of it can quite line up together. Like, everybody's separated, they're all fighting their own battles. Chase and Rachel are just in the middle of some weird magic who the fuck knows what. They're not out yet either.
Right.
So right now, each individual story could have its own ending apart from any of the other people.
Right.
So there's no way for you to see right now that one act that could just bring all of it together and make everything okay. And that's where Richard's head is at. He's not thinking, how do I fix my situation? How do I fix all of the situations?
Right.
So Pasha returned wearing a much more buttoned-up dress, we'll say. But it made up for it by hugging every inch of her body. They sat crisscross applesauce together, which is strange to put right next to her coming in like a super sexy, tight-fitting dress. And they're like, all right, kids, crisscross applesauce. Get in line to wash your hands. Da, 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 da. Preschool was awesome.
That dress had to be cut in a certain way for her to be able to do that, or be short enough.
I think she's probably so it says that they are sitting crisscross applesauce. But yeah, in a dress like that, you'd almost have to see her sitting down like side saddle proper, with her knees both off to one side and her feet to the other, instead of sitting like crisscross applesauce in a dress is almost impossible. Yeah. Unless she was really trying to show Richard something.
Right. Or if it was loose on the bottom, but it says it was tight. So if there wasn't slits in the sides, then, I don't know.
This was a calculated move, I think.
Yeah, it was.
So Richard asks about why Verna never did this, and he is told that she couldn't until they were within the magic circle, which, funny, of the castle. Now they can help him try to reach it, and he doesn't have to do it alone. So she is going to, extension cord. She's going to give him some more juice to work with so he can see what the hell is happening.
Yeah, hold his hands and then shoot her magic in him and do a whole thing.
She'll be his extra pair of hands while he sticks his tongue to a battery.
Yeah.
Zap.
So the fire is warming the room right up, and in no time, Pasha is undoing the buttons on her dress. It literally takes, no time. They sit down, and that's it. She's like, oh, it's hot. I'm dying. Maybe you should have chose a better dress. You knew how hot it was. Anyways, before he looks for his Han, he checks the fire so he will know how long he's searching when he comes back out of it. He can feel himself sink deeper this time, but aside from that, and just knowing that Pasha's there, nothing happens.
Yeah, just the same as last time. But I'm curious, is it the same as last time when he said nothing at all happened? Because it really kind of didn't. Time just goes away. Or is it the same as last time to where he pictured the sword and he was really vibing something?
Well, no, I don't think he really felt anything. He said he just felt like he wasn't alone. That was the only thing that was different.
Oh, okay. Just kind of a little bit relaxed.
Yeah.
So when he comes back, but he did do the blackout thing, which is not nothing. When he does come back, it's been about 2 hours. Pasha is sweating and unbuttoning a lot of buttons.
A lot of buttons.
If it took her 2 hours to get through all of the buttons on her dress, it's got to be just a dress made of buttons.
I don't think she spent the whole 2 hours unbuttoning.
No?
No.
What do you think she was doing?
Looking at him and panting.
Panting, that caught me off guard. I picture him opening his eyes and be like, what were you doing? Immediately. If it was hot, you could just turn the damper down on the fireplace and then it'll be less hot. Super easy to do.
Plus, the fire's like less now than it was before.
Yeah.
Why are you hotter?
He just wakes up out of his meditation, grabs a log, and hucks it out the window. There, that'll cool it down. Relax.
Chill.
But Richard, like, being a gentleman, as we know, he tries to ignore it and tell her that he didn't feel shit, and although she says it's strange, she doesn't seem overly concerned. Or maybe, oh, just maybe, a little preoccupied.
You think?
Yeah. I think I know. She asks if he felt anything of her, and when he's like, no, nothing. Totally alone.
Whoosh.
She tells him to close his eyes and try again. Of course, he doesn't like that. We just watched a movie the other day. What was it? Close your eyes. Like, no, the last time I closed my eyes, it did literally nothing to make it any better. Oh, it was The Office.
Oh, yeah.
He's Jim Halpert. Richard is Jim.
No.
No, I'm not doing that. He immediately feels Pasha's lips on his.
When he does shut his eyes, because he does do that.
Right. He does. He said reluctantly. He was going to do it. And I mean, there it is. Pasha the pervert. You are forever stamped. You're a creepo.
Yeah, just sneaking on guys with their eyes shut.
Well, he felt something that time.
Yeah, he did for sure.
She tried to kiss him again. He gently pushes her away and tries to say no. That no is a tricky word. Sometimes it's just hard to say.
I feel like it might be easier if she's all like gross and covered in sweat.
She's got the sheen. He's like, you've been working pretty hard on that. Why don't you, just like Jed, why don't you go get cleaned up? And then, I don't know. We'll just talk at breakfast tomorrow.
You're dripping on me.
Oh. I've been sitting here for 2 hours and I'm soaked. What the hell? What the hell have you been doing? Woo! Oh, well, yeah. And I mean, it does. It gets a little awkward because he tells her he's not worried about being caught, right? He just doesn't want to do stuff with her. And that should be okay. And, of course, she goes straight to, I'm not pretty enough.
Which, I mean, it happens. Like, I understand the insecurity, but, like, that's immediately where you expected her to go with that. Because that's immediately where she's gone every other time in this book so far.
And we know she's young. I don't want to really assume, but, like, what, teenager?
No, I think she was, like,
maybe
20s.
A little older. Okay, still younger, though.
Yeah, younger than Richard. Maybe 19, 20, I think. Somewhere.
Very insecure and wanting to be assertive of her place. So she's like, what is it? Am I not good enough? Just calm the fuck down. Maybe I got other priorities.
She's old enough for you not to feel creeped about the idea of her having sex.
Right. Okay. Yes. Younger, but we're not talking about, like, young.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. That, I mean, yes, in my mind, that does make it a little bit better. But still, like, from Richard's point of view, nothing has changed.
No.
If she was a child, it wouldn't matter any less than, like, just the fact that he's taken. He's taken.
Yeah, he's just like, no, thanks.
That's... pal, and just, like, fist bumps her shoulder. Nah. So Richard realizes that he is in a terrible position here. Yeah. He can't turn her down, or shit can get bad for him, but he doesn't really want to encourage her either. Meanwhile, she's undoing more and more buttons. Like, time is running out, dude. You gotta do something, otherwise that dress is coming off. And at the same time, it's a dress.
Yeah, no, there's not much to it. They're like,
how many buttons can there really be?
It was a high-necked dress, apparently.
Just all the buttons are super tiny, so she's just furiously working at all the buttons.
With her sweat-covered fingers.
It's going to take her another 4.5 minutes to get to the top, bro. I would hurry. Go.
We are making this the sexiest scene ever.
I know.